Good afternoon, gentlemen. My name's Ollie. It's Make Me That Guy, and today is a men's fashion video. And more specifically, we're going to show you two easy, simple, smart casual looks using one of the staple pieces of any man's wardrobe, which is the blazer. Okay, let's check out my blazer I'm wearing now. So, if you don't own a variation of nice blazers, you're not doing it on the fashion front, because a blazer can simply change any outfit to a much smarter version, or with jeans it can make a really sort of high-end, smart, casual look. So the blazer is a staple piece of every guy's wardrobe. So the first one we're going to show you is the grey blazer with a slight check. Let's not look so much at the brands today. We're not going to tell you where this is even from, because you can find something similar in any shop worldwide. Make sure it's fitted. A blazer only comes to your belt line and not way down over your bottom. That would be a suit. Make sure it's a blazer. Blazers don't have suit trousers. Okay, it's not a suit, it's a blazer. So the grey pattern, slight check. It could also be in a plain grey, but this works really nicely. So let's have a look at the whole look. This is a look which will always work. Let's start right at the bottom. We've got my old brogues here. It doesn't matter that they're a bit smashed up. A plain brown brogue. That is the style of the pattern on the toe there, you can see. Then we're going to come into these skinny-ish, kind of slim, they're not too skinny, straight leg jeans with rips and patches. Remember that these rips and patches are now very trendy, and actually this look would work for a lot of people to go to a meeting. If you're in a cool industry where you can get away with a slightly more fashionable look, then you could definitely wear this. I know a client of mine is a guy who works in advertising here in London, and this is the kind of style he says he feels most comfortable going to meet clients in. Very trendy, very cool for a mature guy or a young guy, but also has a fashion input and also has that smart element to show you you're a businessman, you're about your business and about that money. All right, okay, so we've got the skinny jeans with rips in. We've got the matching simple thatched belt to go with the brown colour of the shoes. We're going to have this fitted white shirt hanging out, all loose like that. It's smart casual. Yeah, I look great, but you can let the shirt hang out because you like that. It's smart cash. It's a bit messy within the fact that it's nice and structured. Thus, we're going to have the shirt quite low. I normally wouldn't have that many buttons undone, but especially for a kind of summer spring look, with the sunglasses on, love it. Collar quite wide and open like that, showing a bit of skin off around the neck. We then have just the lining of the blazer here, all right? That's just the lining, but it works to go with the turn up here, and then ultimately showing off a bit of jewellery and the watch as well. You don't need to have your sleeves up. You can have that down as such. But we wanted to show you how the lining can be worked in with that. If you didn't want to do that, let's show you another style you could do. The lining obviously is never going to be as good as a real pocket square. We've got this summer favourite of mine, and we're just going to stick that in instead. Bit of pink to go with these light colours, this kind of, I say summery look. It's not really, it's light colours, but you could just as easily wear this in the winter. But it might be particularly nice for a day in the city at work. Put the sleeves back up again, but this time we wouldn't want the red lining showing because we've got the pink there. And it's another cool look. And in fact, guys, you know what we could even do? We could get rid of the sunglasses. Hope that we don't totally screw up our microphone, which we're going to. Okay, so there we have it. We've lost the lining. We put a real pocket square, obviously more favourable. And we've gone for this pink combo. Works really nicely with the light grey and the light blue of the jeans. Brown shoes is the only other bit of difference in the colour scheme, right? It takes a real man to wear pink. So the pink pocket square and the pink tie look great. Chicks dig pink, all right? Always really pops off, and again, it's perfect for the summer. And if you were going to a meeting or you're in an office where you could wear jeans, but you wanted to make it a bit smarter, absolutely perfect. I would rock the hell out of this on a date with a high-end woman. I'd go for a nice brunch or for a nice lunch or something, or a business dinner. Definitely dressed like this. It's smart casual, it's very high-end, but it shows you've got a high level of style even when you're dressing for a serious scenario. But that all said and done, this is a perfect casual look as well. Choose your audience, right? But if you're dating a lady whose appearance is a sort of high-end, smart, casual type of dresser, she's going to really, really love this. It may not work so well if she's a hip-hop fan. Know your target. All right, so let's have one more look at it. For this one, we'd also tuck the shirt in because the tie makes it a lot smarter. One button done up. And there we have it, boys. That is the first version of our easy, classic blazer smart casual looks. All right, guys, so we're back. That was our first smart casual men's jacket using the grey blazer. The kind of vibe for that one was very mature gentleman, sort of straight down the line, smart casual, GQ, high-end men's fashion. I could picture someone at sort of, you know, a business lunch or on a boozy champagne date on a Sunday afternoon wearing that at Harrods. All right, for all of you foreign viewers, that's our #1 poshest department store. It's got that vibe to it. Man around town, go-getter, businessman. Okay, this one is a lot edgier. It's kind of got a rock and roll vibe to it. So now let's think again. It's a well-to-do guy. Definitely not rock and roll as in the back of the concert, off your head on cocaine rock and roll. This is much definitely the manager, the record label exec, the kind of guy who works in a cool district within, you know, a big city in his country, and is definitely involved in cool industries. So even if you're not, you're dressed like this and you are going to give off those vibes. All right, so let's check out what I'm wearing. We've got the classic velvet blazer. The older and more fucked up this gets, with this look, it's going to look cool, it looks a bit more vintagey. And of course the sunglasses from the same look, except this time they're on the face, although you could have them like that as well. Then we're going to have a pattern shirt with any kind of pattern, as long as there's some close dotty pattern, right? No flowers, nothing like that, in plain black and white. So we've got the plain dots, black buttons, and done up to the top button is massively important, because that's the rock and roll way you do it in this look. Blazer on top, done up the top button. My earring is perfect for this. The little cross crucifix, again, rocking it. Pull up the sleeves slightly, show off some jewellery here. Then we're going to go down. I've decided to whack in this belt with a big round coin, but you could put in any kind of detailed belt. I like this one, it works well with the look. And then finally we go down to the jeans. Skinny, ripped jeans in black, to show that it's a fashionable look. I'm a fashion guy. And then finally we've got the shoes. I absolutely freaking love these. These are a Chelsea boot. That's the name of the boot, with the elasticated fitting side, with a brogue pattern on the toe, which also, these smart kind of expensive looking boots, brings the look back into that very smart casual rock and roll style. You know, I do look like a smart guy, even though I've got these vibes running through the look of rock and roll and a debauched past and somebody who loves to party. I bet I'm a guy who's got my shit together and has a good job and a good career. I look very smart. So sunglasses back on, and I can totally picture a well-dressed guy in a cool industry out at lunch, impressing the hot girls that work at his office in this look. Or could be in a bar drinking. Either look's going to work really well. So there we go, guys. That was how we would team up two classic favourite jackets, the plain black blazer or the grey checked blazer. Give it a try at home. Be sure to subscribe, like and leave us a comment. I'm Ollie, it's Make Me That Guy. Peace!